Bow, weep, grana, weep, and ninny-bong, and welcome back to my channel. And coming up today, we have Hotshot gets a friend. Also, Magicsquare looks like they're going to be going to war with a new combiner. We get a little bit of a closer look at that double dealer from Fanshobby, and also Bird. All this and much, much more coming up in the next few minutes.
And now the news. Don't touch that dial.
First up though, yes, we finally did it. We did the full over an hour video for the replies from VectonLabs. So if you are interested in that, I will put a link down in the description to that video. It's on my channel now. It's a good little breakdown. There are some challenges obviously with the translation. This is how it got sent to me, so I do my best to kind of maneuver my way through the answers and hopefully make things a little bit clearer. It is true, some of the questions do lead just to some bigger answers. Hopefully further down the line we will get a closer interview with them and maybe some other people who are mentioned also within the answers to these questions. A couple of interesting facts though that came out of it about Show Z and a couple of other things as well, and that part I found quite interesting as well. Also, I have been asked to post the full transcript up on the TFW 2005 boards, and I will be doing that shortly after this video goes live, so I will also link that down in the description as well. Thanks to everyone who's watched it so far. Coming up first, we go to Funbiestudios Studios, who did fill in all of them gaps on Hotshot, and now they believe that Hotshot deserves a little buddy, and that little buddy would be Jolt. So they've also done a little bit of a close representation of what that looks like next to the original minicon. As always, this minicon that they've created does work in tandem with all the blast effects and stuff like that that come from Hasbro, and all in all, it's a pretty nice looking Jolt, and this is how it looks on the car itself and next to the original one. I think they're really cool. Love what Funbiestudios do. Don't forget, this is 3D printed, so you will download the plans and then you'll have to have the printer at home. Also, Funbiestudios have not forgotten about Minerva and the fact that Minerva should have two little laser guns, and of course these little laser guns that you can print off for Minerva also attached to the horrific vehicle mode that they have for this one. Also, I think that this just adds something a little bit different to this figure, and I like the way that they can put those guns there on the back and they can combine into a much bigger weapon as well, and just add something a little bit extra to this figure that I think looks okay in robot mode, but I can't get on board with that alt mode. I don't know what it is. I couldn't when it was Elite 1, and I definitely can't with Minerva either. Real waste of a figure. I really think they could have gone, you know, deluxe scale for this one and just gone a little deeper. Shame. Last week I mentioned about the black side swipe that turns into a bull, and we got a few more pictures of it in its bull mode. With it being black and it's next to a black drink there, I don't know that energy drink, so it may in fact be a collaboration with that black energy drink there, but you can see it here in the bull mode that I was speaking about last week. I couldn't find any pictures for the video last week, so here is the bull mode looking epic. I really like this. I do not know why I like this so much, but I really like the side swipe version as well that turns into the red bull, and now the one that turns into the black bull. Cool. Nice. Something a little bit different. The team at MPH Studios have been showing off some more images of their Beachcomber figure. We've seen all kinds of images of this now, and also I think this is next to the Fans Toys Beachcomber as well. I could be wrong there, but we can also see its packaging now, so they must be getting ready to do something with this figure, have a release for it. I mean, I keep questioning again whether or not this is a real company or if this is 3D printed. But looking at Show Z's store, there are pre-orders up for these figures now, quite a lot from MPH Studios, so they must be getting ready to release this one. The box art looks pretty nice, and then the back of the box art kind of reminds me of like an X-Transbots or even a Fans Toys styly on the back. So nice. Will be interesting to see. I believe this will be the first official release from them. Looks kind of small. Looks like it probably needs a little bit of paint, but yeah. Will be interesting to see what it's actually like. Let me know, are you excited for MPH to start releasing figures? Because they have an awful lot of figures in the pipeline. Speaking of figures in the pipeline, Magicsquare is getting ready to create a new combiner, and this will be their take on Bruticus. So we've seen two kind of prototypes released. I think these are prototypes, or maybe even just the CAD drawings made to look like prototypes. Will be pretty cool to see another Bruticus coming. Hopefully, fingers crossed for my liking, is that if they're going to do this, then maybe we will get a Bruticus in the near future from the team over at Newage, because they do seem to kind of work in tandem, so that makes me pretty excited for the future of Newage, as that's what I tend to collect more than Magicsquare. And speaking of Newage, we have had a couple of new images of their Ironhide and their Ratchet in and out of the box. So the boxes are pretty classic looking G1, which is cool, but we can also see them next to their Magicsquare counterparts. And for me, it really does just shine a light on how good it is, these Newage ones versus the I have to say it, the cheaper looking Magicsquare. I know some people prefer the kind of marshmallowy effect that we get with them, and they're not as into Newage, but I guess it's just a matter of taste. But when I see these two side by side, there's just no comparison, right? Fanshobby are getting ready to release Doubledealer, and it looks pretty good in all, count them up, 4 modes. So they've added like a little bit of an extra mode, which we can kind of see here, which is halfway between bird, turkey, chicken thing and the robot mode. Most of us would probably just say it's mistransformed. I don't know how many people will display this Doubledealer in this magical 4th mode, but I actually quite like the magical 4th mode. It gives it a kind of almost Dracula vampiric-esque to it somehow, but I guess it would be more of a vampire turkey than anything else. Let me know your thoughts on this one down in the comments. I know a few people were like, oh, I don't like it, it's pointless, but hey, it adds a little something to this figure. I really like everything pretty much about this figure. I love the bot mode here, and I really like both of the alt modes as well. They've really done well. I think one thing that Fanshobby have done very well is this line of the kind of the Super God Master Force. So they're getting ready to get towards the end of the good guys and the semi-good guys. I'm really hoping that they get onto the Destron ones now, the Destron Headmasters, the Destron Headmaster Juniors. That's what I really want them to get onto, because Cancer is one of my favorite figures of all time, and I would love to see what Fanshobby are going to do with that figure. We spoke last week about all of the figures that Iron Factory are getting ready to release in 2023, and it is a lot. There's a lot. They've got a lot going on as a business, and they showed off a couple more images of some figures, and these are not your average Seekers. These are actually female Seekers that they're going to be releasing very soon, and they look okay. I've never been a fan, though, for some reason, of these Iron Factory alt modes. I do like the bot modes. I think they're great, but there's just something about the alt modes. They're too square, essentially. I don't know what it is. Are you looking for some new Predacons? Then maybe you want the Beast's cool team. I mean, I want this figure just for the Beast's cool team name, which is pretty cool. This is coming from Teng Tang Toys, and this is a Predacon combiner. I think it looks pretty nice. I don't know the price point on it. I'm actually looking to see if I can pick it up anywhere, because I like it. And Beast's cool team is definitely the best KO name for Predacons ever. The team over at Super7 are getting ready to release another figure, and it will be the Quintesson from the movie, coming very soon. Yeah, we know what it'll be like. Do you want a cliff jumper? Do you want a cliff jumper from Takara Tomy? Then head over to Shozi because pre-orders are up right now. So the Full Force podcast is reporting that apparently in the works right now, we are going to be getting a G.I. Joe Transformers collaboration, which we have had 2 so far in the past, but this will be the Triple T with Sergeant Slaughter. Pretty cool. Pretty nice. It'll be interesting to see what the transformation is going to be like on this one. Megatron was okay. Bumblebee was yeesh, so let's hope they up the game a little bit with this one. Transformers Rise of the Beasts is just round the corner, and probably the most beautiful bot that has been shown so far is this one, Battle Trap. And we're getting a few more images of the Studio Series figure. I'm really feeling this figure. I was very, very hopeful for how everything was going to look in the movie when I first saw this. I was like, yes, yes. Since then, we've had Nightbird, and then we've also had the look of Wheeljack, which is, yeah, less said about that one the better. So it's going to be up and down, but I'm still pretty happy with that one. And then also we've got some more images of Airrazor here, and the Airrazor looks pretty good as well. Something that I was concerned about is they were going to go real flesh formers on us, and it's not. It's the mechanical beasties that I really like the look of. So I'm actually super happy with the way that this one looks, and Optimus Primal. For me, it's the best looking Beast Wars figures that we've ever got, because it's definitely in more of the style that I like to see them. But I know some people will be really disappointed. But one thing I will definitely call out on this figure is Hasbro's use of all the different plastics, and it's really ruining quite a lot of the figures. We saw it with a lot of the yellow figures that they were releasing. So if you think about the Bumblebee, that was the Cybertronian version, and just the fact that they used so many different materials, the yellow wasn't one color, and you can see that this figure definitely suffers from that. You can see all of the different shades. It should all be really one color. It's a real shame that Hasbro can't quite color match their products at the moment, and I think it's really making things suffer. Do you like your bots looking like they've just jumped out of a Kinder Egg? Then Hasbro have got you absolutely sorted. So first of all, we look at this horrifyingly bad looking Bumblebee. The alt mode's quite interesting, but everything else is really, really bad. This is just really bad. Then we have the Megatron with the kind of inflated alt mode and the bot mode that, yeah, is just, there's no legs, is there? He just kind of opens up. These are really simple. They're not really going to enter anyone's collection and be pride of place. I get that, but yuck, these things are ugly. And also with this Optimus Prime, these are all from Earthspark, by the way. This Optimus Prime and Hasbro's marketing team doing their job as well as always, because even on such a simplistic transformation as this, they can't transform the thing correctly. Look at that gap!
This is bad comedy.
So that is everything from me on this Transformers Wednesday. Yep, I've done the news on a Wednesday. Might carry on this tradition Tuesday or Wednesday. It really does depend on how much news has dropped. And lots of news dropped yesterday, and hardly any news had dropped over the weekend. So yesterday I didn't think it was enough stuff to do one. But then when I woke up today, I was like, there's plenty of stuff to be able to do a news article. So I hope you all enjoyed it, and if you're new around here, think about giving me a like, a share, and a subscribe, and I'll see you in my next video. Alright, see you in a bit. Peace!